This video is brought to you by Lost Records' Bloom and Rage, a new narrative adventure game series by the original creators of Life is Strange. Tape 1 already available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're looking at iconic 90s movies that saw a resurgence of popularity years later.
I'm not sure that I agree with you 100% on your police work there, Lou.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Head back to the 90s to solve a mystery buried in time. From the creators of Life is Strange comes Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. 27 years after the fateful summer of 1995, Swan returns to her hometown to uncover the truth behind a shocking event. Relive the summer through her camcorder, piecing together clues, playing punk rock, and confronting the secrets that someone wants to keep hidden. Explore a world filled with 90s nostalgia, engage in immersive dialogue with meaningful choices, and experience a gripping narrative adventure that will change the lives of four friends forever. Experience the story in two thrilling parts. Tape 1, Bloom, is live now on Steam, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. And Tape 2, Rage, launches April 15th as a free downloadable update. Number 10. Scream. This Wes Craven film encapsulates 1996. A time before smartphones rendered brick phones retro, streaming killed the video store, and Ricky Lake's talk show was still on the air.
Where do you get this Ricky Lake? Oh, you are pathetic.
At the same time, little has changed since Scream came out. Despite being more knowledgeable, the teens in slasher flicks still make poor decisions. The slashers in slasher flicks still naturally want to slash those teens. Above all else, Scream is just as spine-chilling and funny as it was almost 30 years ago. The film was a forerunner to modern meta-genre movies where the characters say what longtime fans are thinking. The recent Scream movies have carried on this tradition, but the original is now considered in a league of its own. Number 9. Jumanji. When the world lost Robin Williams in 2014, audiences were compelled to revisit his career-defining roles.
Somebody roll a 5 or an 8.
He did.
Thank you!
For those who grew up with the actor in the 90s, Jumanji was their live-action introduction to Williams. While not the most critically well-reviewed film, Jumanji became a box office hit thanks to its mix of action, humor, and a well-assembled cast, especially Williams in a performance that balanced the eccentric with depth.
Afraid? You don't even know what afraid is. You will not last 5 minutes without me.
So, you're gonna help us?
I'll watch.
When we think of 90s adventure movies, Jumanji is the title that immediately comes to mind. By the time Williams passed, many 90s kids started introducing Jumanji to their children. The modern follow-ups have demonstrated its staying power, taking the franchise in a new direction, yet still honoring the one who built this house.
And we've become the avatars that we chose. So it's me, Spencer, but yet I look and sound like Dr. Smolder Bravestone.
Number 8. The Mummy. Another film that summed up adventure in the 90s, Stephen Sommers' The Mummy reimagined the classic Universal monster movie as something more akin to Indiana Jones.
Well, personally, I think he's filthy, rude, a complete scoundrel. I don't like him one bit.
Anyone I know?
Oh. Hello.
Smashing Dave, the start of an adventure, eh, O'Connell?
Rick O'Connell was this film's answer to Indy, with Brendan Fraser solidifying his status as a movie star. In the years that followed, Fraser's career had its ups and downs.
This here's our statue, friend.
I don't see your name written on it, pal.
Yes, well, there's only 4 of you and 15 of me. Your odds are not so great, O'Connell.
I've had worse.
At one point, it was hard to scroll through social media without seeing a clickbait article on why Hollywood wouldn't cast Fraser anymore. Fraser maintained a passionate fan base, however. With his Oscar-winning comeback in The Whale, people looked back at the films that propelled him into the spotlight. The Mummy was at the top of this list, still holding up as a rip-roaring good time.
I'll be seeing you again.
Number 7. Titanic. Upon release, Titanic became the highest-grossing blockbuster of its time.
I'm the king of the world!
It won 11 Academy Awards, still tied for the all-time record. From the late 90s to the early 2000s, it was impossible to watch a show or movie without seeing a few Titanic references. So naturally, cinema contrarians turned on the film, proclaiming it overrated.
You are rude and uncouth and presumptuous, and I am leaving now.
Jack, Mr. Dawson, it's been a pleasure. I sought you out to thank you, and now I have thanked you.
And you've insulted me.
Well, you deserved it.
Some bought into the overhyped narrative until James Cameron's film received a theatrical 3D re-release in 2012, adding more than $55 million to its total gross. Since then, more people have been coming around to what's always been clear. Titanic is a masterpiece. Even in a streaming era, this is one film we're gonna see on the big screen every time it's re-released. We'll never let go.
I will never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
Number 6. A Goofy movie. No 90s VHS collection would be complete without several Disney movies.
Max, where the heck are you, man?
PJ?
You should have been here an hour ago.
What? What do you... Hold on. Oh,
no. Look, maybe we should just call the whole thing off.
No way, man. It's now or never.
Despite only performing modestly at the box office, few Disney titles got more replay action on home video than a Goofy movie. Yet even the filmmakers didn't seem to realize how much the movie stuck with viewers until its 20th anniversary panel at D23. To their surprise, almost 1,000 people showed up, exceeding the number of seats available.
It's unbelievable, man.
Who told you about that?
Hey, come on, everybody in town knows about it, Max. You are gonna be famous, buddy.
Honestly, though, who could sit when you have Powerline himself, Tevin Campbell, performing Eye to Eye live? Disney has since made more of an effort to incorporate a Goofy movie into their brand, guaranteeing that future generations will continue to discover this cult classic turned all-around classic. More than ever, this one stands out.
If we listen to each other, Max is on the tip. That's Max. I know him.
Number 5. Groundhog Day. In this Harold Ramis comedy, a man repeatedly awakens to the same day. How fitting that such a film keeps returning to the public consciousness.
Great. You know, I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
Anything I can do.
In 1993, Groundhog Day was deemed funny, romantic, and inventive. That consensus remains, but over time, people peeled back the layers to interpret deeper philosophical themes concerning life and death. Speaking of which, when Ramis passed away in 2014, Groundhog Day was among the numerous films fans revisited.
So, what do I do?
I think we should meet again. How's tomorrow for you? Is that not good?
It later inspired a 2019 Super Bowl commercial and echoed the redundancy of the 2020 pandemic. Despite Murray's initial animosity toward the film, it arguably paved the way for him to explore more serious roles. Plus, whenever another time loop movie comes along, they're obligated to acknowledge that Groundhog Day already perfected this.
How are you doing this?
I told you, I wake up every day right here, right in Punxsutawney. And it's always February 2nd. And there's nothing I can do about it.
Number 4. The Truman Show. The Truman Show received a fair deal of attention in 1998 thanks to its ambitious premise and Jim Carrey's dramatic turn.
Good morning!
Morning!
Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Since reality TV was a relatively new phenomenon, few could have predicted just how ahead of the curve the film was. With the rise of reality shows and the exposés on how much of the drama is manipulated by the all-seeing higher-ups, The Truman Show grew even more prevalent than it was back then.
Choice!
No! Do something!
What'd you say? Who are you talking to?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
anything.
You said juicy.
No, I didn't talk.
It didn't stop there. Just as Truman's world is populated with hidden cameras, Big Brother constantly leaves us questioning how much of our daily activities are being recorded. Once social media entered the mix, privacy became virtually non-existent. We're all Truman Burbank, and life is one big TV show.
Was nothing real?
You were real. That's what made you so good to watch.
Number 3, Clueless. On the surface, Clueless seems like it would be dated. Everything from the fashion to the teen lingo is distinctly 90s.
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, as if.
Even then, we didn't know many other 90s kids who dressed exactly like this or talked like this unless they were mimicking Clueless. Cher Horowitz is a trendsetter, however. If you didn't want to be her in 1995, you wanted to be in her inner circle. The same applies to contemporary audiences, as Clueless is still in style.
You guys talk like grown-ups. Oh, well, this is a really good school.
Not only is Amy Heckerling's dialogue quoted, but Clueless continues to inspire ads, music videos, and beauty items. The film even predicted future trends like our dependence on mobile phones. It doesn't hurt that Clueless has a timeless story inspired by Emma, keeping us coming back.
Hello? Was I the only one listening? I mean, I thought it reeked.
I believe that was your designer imposter perfume.
Number 2, Home Alone. 80s kids have A Christmas Story. 2000s kids have Elf. But for 90s kids, Home Alone is the definitive Christmas movie.
I know you're not the real Santa Claus.
What makes you say that? Just out of curiosity.
I'm old enough to know how it works.
All right.
But I also know that you work for him.
It isn't the holidays until Harry's head is set ablaze, Marv steps on a nail, and Kevin reunites with his family. The film immerses us in an era before the McAllisters' predicament could have been resolved with a simple text. This doesn't date Home Alone, as fresh-faced audiences are still delighted by its over-the-top slapstick and sincere family dynamics.
Kevin, you're completely helpless. No, Kevin, you're what the French call les incompetents.
Kevin, I'm going to feed you to my tarantula.
Kevin, you are such a disease.
There are 15 people in this house, and you're the only one who has to make trouble.
While the film has been making the rounds every Christmas for over 30 years, it's especially heartwarming seeing how well so many cast members are doing now. Catherine O'Hara's popularity is at an all-time high. Macaulay Culkin is acting again, and Fuller got an Oscar nomination.
Fuller, go easy on the Pepsi.
Number 1, Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg's blockbuster marked a turning point for computer-generated creatures in cinema.
It's a dinosaur.
You did it.
Even decades later, we find ourselves returning to Jurassic Park, asking, why don't more modern effects-driven movies look this good? This includes the Jurassic World movies. Jurassic Park didn't just set a gold standard with its seamless blend of CGI and practical effects. The relatable characters, thrilling direction, and surprisingly timely story have kept Jurassic Park at the forefront of pop culture. Whether another sequel is coming out or scientists have made a new discovery about dinosaurs, we'll take any excuse to rewatch the film. Dinosaurs may be extinct, but as long as humanity continues to tamper with the forces of nature, Jurassic Park will always be relevant.
Must go faster.
Which 90s movie do you want to see become popular again? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, I think it would be fair to say I liked Andy from the start.
This video is brought to you by Lost Records' Bloom and Rage, a new narrative adventure game series by the original creators of Life is Strange. Tape 1 already available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5.